Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're gonna draw a worm with a sword. Yeah, my sister told me to do it, so yeah. Alright, I got some little concepts for the worm. This was the original one, pay no mind to the girl on the back. But this is the original one. Spiky mouth, big sword, and he's screaming. And then this was the other one where he's holding the sword in his mouth, and he's sort of just like this, but we're not gonna do this one. I scrapped this one. We're gonna do this where he's holding onto it coiled up, except we're gonna make the coil go upwards, and he's still gonna be screaming. Alright, let's go ahead and just get started. Alright, so we're just gonna want to... why is there so much stuff on this? We're gonna want to start with, should we start with the sword? Let's go ahead and... let's start with the head. We'll go ahead and put the mouth right here. It'll be right there. And then the head will be like this. And it will curve down. We'll probably have to make the head bigger if we're going to make it this wide. I already know there's going to probably be so many inconsistencies in how wide he's going to be, but we'll try to keep it as consistent as we can. But I can't guarantee anything. Alright. There we go. Do that. This. Here we go. And we will... so he's going to be wrapping this around a sword. So the hilt, or the pommel of the sword, will be sticking out right here. And this is going to be wrapped around it. And we're just gonna stick the sword like this so we can see how it is. But I want to stick the sword straight up just so I can see the sword. So let's actually go ahead and draw the sword first, just so that we know how to scale everything. Alright. Go ahead and do that for the pommel. This for the handle. Let's go ahead and make it extra big because it's a big sword and a big worm. Go like this. And make a sword. Which I'm sure this sword is not completely original. I'm sure all of these things have been on other swords. But I did not use a reference to come up with this sword. I just kind of did random shit, so I do like this sword. Now, get the blade in here. Which the blade is tilted at the moment. I'm drawing it tilted, so we'll try to straighten it out. It's because I drew that tilted, but we'll try to draw this as straight as we can. Alright, and then kind of do that thing that I've seen some big swords do in like anime, where it goes like this. And I don't exactly know if this is the reason, but I just assume that they go like that because once a sword is that big, you kind of no longer need stabbing power with it. I feel like you're at the point of it's slashing and bludgeoning damage. You're not really attacking something expecting to stab it. But I could be wrong. There could be other reasons why big swords have this. Could be a completely stylistic thing because I've never seen a real sword have this, so I could be wrong. Alright, I actually want to change this to get it more like the reference that I made. There we go. Which the handle won't be shown, but if the handle were shown, it would be just spiral basic handle. The sword definitely should be longer. It should probably be like all the way up to this length. But I think I'm gonna keep it as is for now. Alright. There we go. Go like this. And this. And then we got this. There we go. There's our little worm holding the sword. Right. Now, I should have grabbed a picture of a worm, but I know what a worm looks like. I mean, they got the rings and they got the little thingy. That's all that a worm is. Worms do have teeth. I should have looked up what a worm looks like under a microscope so I could get these teeth actually correct. Since it is just a giant worm. That would have been kind of cool, but we don't need to do that. I kind of want to make this pretty big so I have room to draw teeth in. And he will be shouting, but I looked up how to actually draw shouting, and I couldn't find like a single thing on like actually how to draw it, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's whatever, I guess. What are you gonna do? Alright. Where's my fucking eraser? Why do I never grab my eraser when I start these videos? I used to grab so many things when I started these videos. Like, bring so many things down here with me in case I needed anything, but nope. Now don't do that. Now I just grab what's sitting on my desk right there. It's like I put that shit right next to my keyboard, so it's really easy to remember to get it. Because it's also right next to my sketchbook. Which also just sits on my desk. Which actually right now it doesn't. I put my sketchbook somewhere else right now because I have 3 other sketchbooks on my desk. Why? Too annoying to explain. But yeah, oh no, I never put the little wormy bit on him. The little... Alright, that's fine. We can add it right now. Alright. And the little wormy bit. And then right here, do that, and finish the little wormy bit. There we go. Definitely not the most perfect wormy bit, but it's the most perfect one I've ever drawn because I've never drawn a worm before. So I think it is swell. Also, is this how you would actually draw a worm opening its mouth like this? I feel like not. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Because, well, I don't exactly know what else I would do, so we're gonna do that instead. Or we're gonna do this. I mean. I probably didn't have to go over this with the sharper, with the Mr. Lime here. I probably could have just skipped straight to the tiny linies. But just in case, I don't want to accidentally fuck this up like a detrimental amount, so we're just playing it safe, you know. Alright. Got ourselves a nice looking worm holding a pretty nice looking sword, if I do say so myself. Which, one other thing I'm going to be neglecting to add on this worm is going to be slime. Because worms are slimy. I'm just not going to draw any slime on him. Because, well, I don't know how to draw slime. And I don't feel like looking it up. So, yeah. I could make a guess and all with the drawing the slime and shit, but nah. I mean, considering I'm guessing with this entire drawing. You know, it'd be really funny if I was just remembering worms wrong and, like, they don't have the ripples here. The ripples is actually on the little worm bit. And everything else is smooth. That'd be funny. I know that's false, though, because I know what worms look like, because I used to grab a lot of worms when I was a wee child. Because I was a weird child. Me and my sister, when we were younger, after it would rain, used to go play Save the Worms with one of my friends. Yeah, we would just go fish worms out of a puddle and, like, throw them in the dirt. See if the worms were still alive. Great times. I don't remember that really whatsoever. I just remember it happening. Alright, that's not so swell because it's not even, and, well, we kind of need it to be even. The evenness doesn't matter so much when it's a broken sword, but does this worm look like he's going to have a broken sword? No. Why would he have a broken sword? He's a pristine worm. He doesn't use broken swords. He's a pristine, brutish worm. Right, about there. Go there. Put that to there. And bring that there. And put that there and there. And there we go. We should put some edge around it, you know. There's the edge being added. Should I add gems to it or anything? I don't think so. I think it's fine as is without gems or anything in the center. But all this will have to definitely be filled in, or like this part will. Black, I don't know, but darkened, yes. Same with that. But now I think it's time for me to add the teeth, and then I'm gonna time-lapse adding that, and I'll just go straight into doing tiny linies. Because, well, again, should I make the teeth really long, or should I add layers of teeth? I think layers of teeth would be the best, but it's gonna be the harder one to pull off. because I don't know what I'm doing. Beautiful. Alright, I'm just going to time lapse the rest of this. See you when it is done. Alrighty. It's done. I really like how the Claymore, I'm just calling this Claymore, turned out. This side is a little iffy, but I still really like how it turned out. I really like how the worm's tail wraps around the handle too. I think that also looks really good. The worm's body looks pretty good. The mouth, I don't know how I was supposed to draw that in the first place, so I did the best I could. Same with the audio lines. But like, what do you expect from audio lines, really? Overall, I really like this drawing. I think it turned out good. Yeah. See you next time. Bye.